Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. And so, Harley's putting out another high output engine in 2025. Well, we're going to be talking about that, but first we've got a viewer bike to look at, and this is David's 2024 Sharkskin Blue Fat Boy. Now, he said in his email that the color is not my favorite, which he is correct, but hey, if you like it, that's all that counts. So don't worry about my opinion. He's also got Viking bags and a chrome engine guard on this bike. He's also got it set up for a detachable windshield and sissy bar. Now, he also sent in a couple of pics of his pinball machines, which I have not seen or played in a lot of years. But anyway, thanks Dave for sending those pics in, and if anybody wants to see their bike or pinball machine on the channel, send me some pictures and an email. My address is in the description to this video. So Harley kind of screwed up and let the cat out of the bag there a little bit when they did their 2025 carryover reveal, because if you went to their cruisers section, it showed a picture and it also showed a badging on the air cleaner saying it was a high output 117 engine, which they had not announced yet. So that was a big oopsie, and I'm sure somebody at Harley got their hands slapped for that one. And since then, of course, Harley has cropped that image more so you can no longer see the badging on the air cleaner. Okay, so what is a Milwaukee 8 high output engine? Well, right now you can find a high output 121 cubic inch engine on the CVO Road Glide ST. Now, while the 117 obviously wouldn't be as big, the 121 puts out 127 horsepower and 145 foot-pounds of torque. Now, to compare, the 121 variable valve timed, or VVT engine found on a CVO Road Glide or Street Glide puts out 106 horsepower and 126 foot-pounds of torque. Now that's 21 more horsepower and 19 more foot-pounds of torque, or roughly a power increase of about 15 to 17% across the board. Now, if we look at something like the 117 Lowrider ST, it's getting 103 horsepower and 124 foot-pounds of torque. So, in theory, if we use about a 15% increase, as was with the Road Glide ST, the 117 high output should be putting out about 15.5 more horsepower and about 18.5 foot-pounds more of torque. So conservatively, the 117 high output should put out around a total of 118 horsepower and 142 foot-pounds of torque. Now, obviously that's not exact math, that's just an estimate. And I am sure that the gearheads watching this will let me know if I've screwed up anywhere in the comments. Now, if I'm correct on those performance numbers, that is very respectable for a Harley cruiser. It's actually not that far off the 121's numbers. And you got to think to yourself, if you think the 121 is going to move on a Road Glide, well, you've got a Lowrider ST or a Softail of really any description there that's, a good 100 to 120 pounds less than the Road Glide, which means whatever that 117 is going in, which is most likely a Lowrider of some description, that bike should really move. Now, what exactly makes this engine a high output engine? Well, if you look at the 121 variable valve timed engine, that's meant to broaden the power delivery across your rev range. The high output is just focused on max power. It's got a lumpier camshaft and an increased redline. Also, you have a race-inspired intake that's meant to flow about 28% more air through a 58 millimeter throttle body. But they do share the same liquid-cooled heads, compression ratio, and intake manifold. So another question with this engine is, what is it going to be in? The rumors out there are that it is going to be in a lowrider ST, but would it possibly be in other models? My opinion is I'm going to say no. I think if this comes out in a lowrider ST, it won't be a regular one. It'll be more like a CVO model. I can't see them putting it out on a lot of other Softails. It's a pretty specific motor. Next is, how much is this going to cost? Because CVO models are usually going to have an increased price of 30 to 40%. And really, if we use that math, a 2024 lowrider ST has an MSRP of $23,399. If we were to use a, say, 35% increase, we're looking at around another $8,200 to the price. If something like that was the case, you'd be looking at a bike that comes in about the range of 31 to 32,000 US. And if you're in Canada like me, add on another 30% because our dollar is the shits right now. And I would say that's a pretty conservative price of what it might be. And remember, that's just MSRP. That's not, a dealership markup, fees, and of course, taxes. But you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. What do you guys think? Do you think that a 117 high output is only going to be in one model or one Softail model? Maybe it'll be in two. Hey, the Breakout has a 117. Breakout CVO? Could we see that? Who knows? Let me know in the comments. But anyway, I have taken up enough of your time today, so I will leave it at that, and we will catch you in the next one.